everything to me. Shout, 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 shout. The pleasure is to play. It makes no difference what you say. Shout, shout. I don't shave clean. The only card I need is the ace of spades. The ace of spades. The ace of spades. Shooby-doo-wop, bop. The ace of spades. Shooby-doo-wop, bop. The ace of spades. Shooby-doo-wop, bop. The ace of spades. Shooby-doo-wop, bop.
You know you make me wanna
shout, 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 shout. Playing for the high one, dancing with the devil, going with the flow. It's all a game to me. Shout, 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 shout. 7 or 11, snake eyes watching you. Shout, shout. Double up or quit, double stake or split. The ace of spades, the ace of spades.
a little bit softer now.
You know I'm going to lose, and gambling's for fools. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever.
A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now.
And don't forget the Joker.
So you can imagine how hard it is to keep these shouting fossils in order. But we're back, and we're loaded for bear. We're joined by Night Tiger this evening, who's chosen to join us at this time. I'm also joined by Jambo, and off to the side is Gratu, looking very chipper this evening. We have Charlton 66, Meyer Greenblatt, Eric Breen, Paulo Costa, and Captain Strangelife. Before we really get going in our festivities, we have a bit of an announcement to make. And Eric Breen, please help us out for this one.
Thanks, Micah. As most of you have heard by now, Curtis Fisher, who we all knew as Skip and Tosh, passed away last Thursday of stomach cancer at the age of 38. He was a friend in this community to a lot of people. In fact, he joined us one night on the Fossil Show, even though he was far from qualifying age-wise when we found ourselves a few fossils short. And it was his love of comics that he came on and talked with us one evening. He had done stuff with us. We had done. He'd read with us on the Geeky Puppet Show, and people have accused me of being everywhere on YouTube, and I get in that one of those things included a show called Criminal Cast that I did with Skip and a guy named Nalo and Ash on Comics, where we would review the latest or any Brubaker book in detail, and he was the one that put it all together to keep us going at a speed to where we wouldn't last all night, because he was very good at compartmentalizing. I said when we did the Geeky Puppet Show, we had him read one night with us, and we had him read all the white characters. Skip had a sense of humor, which he needed because he was a Sacramento Kings fan.
Yep.
But he finally got to experience them winning because they came out of nowhere this year and came in third in the West. And they have a thing in Sacramento where whenever they would win, they light this big light, and it was light the beam. And Skip and we would go back and forth, kind of celebrating that. I mean, he was into it obviously way more than I was. I cared a little bit because the Sacramento Kings at one point were the Cincinnati Royals, where I live. But they've been gone for 50 years, and they became Skip's problem. But I said, he, being the kind of guy he was, he would whenever they'd win, I would text him, light the beam. He would change it to light the breen. Kind of like one of those little things we did. Skip was a great guy. All too often when someone passes, they suddenly become the best guy in the world. Well, Skip was one of those guys for real. And I said, I just wanted to say a few things about him. You will be missed, and glad we all got to know you for the way too short amount of time that we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very well said. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Eric.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, by the way, did I introduce everybody? Didn't leave anybody out. I got the captain and everybody, Paulo.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure. All right. A little bit later tonight, we might be joined by Gotham City Comics. You never know. We have a full crowd. And speaking of Gotham City, I recently got something from him, and I just absolutely love it.
Yeah, those are great.
I love that beard, boy.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'm going to just go for it. But here's Chilling.
Oh, you get them all? That's cool.
He got 4, and I decided to go for 2. So
okay. Yeah, I got just 1.
How much are those?
Like 20. If
they're
you
20.
wait, because some people got them right away, and they must have spent like double. So, but recently I spent some time with Black Box Silver and Bronze. He came through my portion of town. I took him to the little bookstore that's here, and showed him some books. And
nice.
He really considered this one, but he passed by it. So I felt sorry for it, so I grabbed it. But, it was
great cover.
A sympathy buy, of course. You ever just feel sorry for a book? But,
of course, you got to rescue them when we can.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd like the store too much because they only had a few Golden Age, but he actually came out with a good handful. So, and here's some Tarzan.
All right.
Taking some guys for a ride. Involuntarily.
Uber.
Definitely. And sometimes it's time to train the monkey.
Wow, look at that one.
Using bolos.
Don't you love how solid that book feels? I could hear it when you flipped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are the older ones, the wider books.
Oh yeah. I'll need Golden Age for these.
Yeah. These are all recent pickups?
Last week, but just set them aside for another fossil week.
Right.
All right. That looks
That's
like
my
fun right
stuff,
there.
Model Motoring.
Yeah.
That was the day everyone had a train set at one time or a car set.
Yeah.
Nice yellow background.
Tarzan has a twin.
He's been breened.
Yes.
Did somebody buy the Gold Key properties last year or the year before?
Oh, yes. Definitely.
I wonder what's the wait?
Don't know if we have any paratroopers in the crowd.
Very cool.
And I know we do. They
Never
might
saw
get
anybody paratrooper in their underwear before.
I was wondering, where did Tarzan stop off and have breakfast or lunch? No money, no credit cards. That's cool. I like that.
It's a good baseball cover.
Where did it come from? What's the address? What state?
Maryland.
Oh yeah.
So it used to belong to Charlton.
1954 license plate.
All right, one more here.
Nice.
I like those kinds
A little bit of time.
The fossils are bringing the Gold Keys and the Dells and the Harveys back.
All right.
They're all great books.
Does anybody want to volunteer? And I do need to mention our lovely chat. They look so nice out there.
I can go.
All right, Steve. First up, Recess says, what a crew of characters. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Justin says, Wooly and Wild Wednesday Warrior. Oh, my goodness.
Wild Wooly.
Stanley's alliteration. And here I am telling on the fossils why we're running late, because they're busy yakking about Gazoo. Michael Taylor's here. Jay, good to see you. The Jackson Roy Kirk, abominable.
Just abominable.
Maybe half of us look that way. Hello, Morania's out here. Recess says it's on. Yes, we're starting up. Hello, he's a comic reader. And we dropped somebody. I don't know who that was.
Jimbo.
Jambo, he'll be back. There's Jay again. Yes. Lead paint. There's a paratrooper. Here's our other paratrooper joining us, Meyer Greenblatt.
Admiral Rachel Levine reporting for duty.
Uh-oh.
What's Grotto doing? Using AI or something?
Yes. Thank you, sir. And now we're going to go to the great Charlton 66.
Yeah, the man himself.
The
Pope hero.
I have a little swig of
That margarita.
adult cocktail there.
Yeah.
No, it's limeade.
Yeah.
Craig, you can tell somebody else did.
Got some little Reuben digest here. UFO invaders. Look at this poor sap. Look at that guy.
Oh man, it's like Mars Attack cards.
He's on fire, man. Great Joe Keeper cover. Got some good sci-fi.
I've never even seen that before.
He can walk it off.
Yeah, UFO attack. Got some
Whoops. Bringing Jambo back in.
a lot of strange stuff in there. There's 12 stories in this. 12.
I wonder if that's the smaller version of the DC special.
Let's see, it's 14. It didn't number this. One of them is pretty high up.
You remember the DC special, the full comic book? It came out in late 60s.
Yeah, I know Shannon knows a lot about these things because this Metalman one, maybe someone knows. It's got $4.97 on this.
Oh, nice. You just pick all these up?
No, I had these. They were just in a box, and I was going to get some stuff to read, and I saw these and had to get these to check out.
That's when the checkout line.
What was that other one again? What was that other one again? Where the guy was on fire?
UFO.
UFO Invaders.
UFO Invaders. Okay.
Yeah.
That's when the checkout line was the coolest.
Number 14.
What, 81, 80, 81, 82?
This Justice Society of America.
Oh, yeah.
Nice George Perez.
Wow.
Cover on this.
Those are minty.
And
Yes.
these are the two stories in this, and I have both of them. I got this one a while back. So it's got first appearance of Per Degaton. This comic, I brought him back out to read them. This is an anomaly to me because this came out at the height of the Charlton action hero line. And Dick Giordano, as everyone knows, was with Charlton at that time because he launched that. So this is Dick Giordano and Sam Trapani, which were working for Charlton during that time. But as everyone could tell, this is a Dell comic book. So I don't know if this was planned. I'm just assuming there's nothing out there that I've read that was going to be a Charlton book or not. But Dick Giordano and Sam Trapani, and this is, and in issue 4, it's Steve Ditko artwork, which is a phenomenal issue. But the guys working on this is right at the height of the action hero line from Charlton.
Why do they always look cooler when you're showing them?
I don't know. Number 3. This one lasted 4 issues, but I liked it. I think it was pretty. It was an endearing character, and well, it kind of reminded you of Captain Adam somewhat. That's what I think. I don't know. They gave.
What was the last year that? What was the last year that Dell produced? You know? I wonder if that's like right at the end, like the last year or two.
Paulo might know.
So West spun off to create Gold King 63, I believe.
Right, but they kept going for a while.
But what year did Dell quit publishing?
Around 67 or 68, I believe.
I think that's right.
Sounds right.
Do you know what year that was, Steve? That series?
Whoops. I think somebody froze.
Steve is very.
I'm having issues. There I am.
Steve, what year was that series? The Nuclear?
60s. Nuclear 65 to 66.
Okay.
It's okay, Steve. It just looked like you were thinking, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I freeze, I look really goofy. I know. So was not
this
a bad
had to show
freeze.
again. This is one of the prizes by Charlton's. I just had to show.
Oh yeah. Never get tired of looking at that.
Yeah, this is complete altogether.
It's an amazing cover.
Yeah.
That's an amazing cover.
Do you keep it out to stare at it all the time?
Oh yeah, this never. I have it in where my comics are stacked up on top of the boxes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get your money's worth out of that thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I paid a lot for it, so I didn't mind. It's one of those things. Freedom Fighters. Everyone. Everyone's seen these, but I'm showing them off because they're in the reading.
Oh, they're cool.
My week's reading pile.
Nope. Number 9 is my favorite cover.
Yeah, that's coming up. Number 2.
Yeah, I looked at some of those not too long ago, and they're going up in price now. Finally.
Yeah, they're pretty because it's a quick series to complete, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I think people are pricing it because you can complete a good series, Bronze Age. And not
I love the old quality heroes too.
Yeah, so. Absolutely.
Dang, they're more than $1 now.
Yes.
Oh yeah. This was my first one I ever bought off the stands because I read about Golden Age heroes and I remember the Ray. And so this made me buy this particular issue. And number 5.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
Yeah, just classic characters, good comic book writing, great artwork, and classic characters.
I mean, as a kid, that was like a dime. You could get them for a dime. Nobody wanted them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All these after number 4, I bought off the stands. 1, 2, and 3 I bought later, back maybe 1980.
You have their first appearance in Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
I love that's a cool cover right there.
Those are all great covers.
I know, but that one's more dynamic. That one and the next one.
Yeah, here's yours right here, number 9.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
And this is my favorite cover out of it because it's got Catman. And I just like how it's done in black and white. And
yeah.
That's just a great one.
The negative.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Phantom Lady doing her thing there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Calm down, Jamie.
Yeah. And number 11. The Bomb was my favorite. The Human Bomb was my favorite out of these guys. I just like how he looked. I'm sure he was easy to draw. This is number 12. And number 13, which is a great one with the red B. And 14. And,
nice. Batgirl and Batwoman.
Yeah. I'll finish it off with the last issue. Number 15, I believe this is, Oxavik, which is a great artist.
The tubes, the glass tubes.
Yeah. All right. That's what I got for right now, guys. I appreciate it.
Good stuff,
Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. Paulo, feel free to send something over if you want. While he's doing any of that, does anybody want to slip in real quick? Or?
I'll go if anybody else wants to.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Oh, man.
Jambo?
Sure.
Jambo. Good girl. Come on.
No.
Nice.
Good
I
train.
think I froze.
Good tracks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at this, though. Thought it was kind of funny.
Proud to be an
Showing it.
American. Yep.
Being American.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Now it's either be a leftist or be a right supremacist.
Yeah. Neil Adams.
No, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Wonder Woman lost a couple of things there when she lost her powers and stuff.
Yeah.
She was the real inventor of the Daisy Dukes.
Then I picked this up.
Dang. The Hindenburg.
Well, now we know who found them.
Half of watermelons each.
I thought you guys might like that one.
The Swarm.
Oh, that's such a great theory. I love the Champion.
Ghost Rider.
And I cleaned this one. Still a little Ripley, but it was Ripley with a big stain on the front of it. But I got rid of the stain. But
did you soak it?
Yes. Well, I kind of like sprayed it down and cleaned it that way.
Nice. You're my hero.
But it looks better than it did. So
Ranger Slice here. What's up, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Michael Golden's cover?
Kaluta.
Kaluta. Okay.
That was a great series, underrated, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
really
supposed
cool.
to
I got
be.
to read it again. I enjoyed it.
I think that was supposed to be Adventure Comics or something, and they didn't. I forget what it was. It was supposed to be another series, and they switched it. Yeah, it's a beautiful cover.
It's a newsstand. Look at that.
Ooh, it's worth more money, dude.
I got the last one of these. This was the last one I needed of the 3 Green Hornet Gold Key.
Yeah, you don't see that issue too often.
Very nice, Jambo. That's a nice book.
Yeah.
And last one for this round.
Nice. Everett?
I think so, yeah. It had a tape pull on it, but yeah.
That's such good reading right there.
The price was right. And I didn't have
You've got a request here, Jambo.
Oh yeah.
That was my first wife. The
Captain
price
Marvel
was right.
again. Yes, I will show that again. It's not a comic magazine, unfortunately. This is like a mini poster, but it's still very cool. This is my favorite Wiz Comics.
It's comic collector porn right there.
This is number 18. Look what he's doing to those rails on that track there.
Like, twisting them, right?
They look like pretzels.
That high-tech train there was shooting a machine gun at him. And look at that bullet whizzing off his shoulder there.
Oh, yeah.
This is a CC Beck cover, and it's really good. It's
I think he said Superman, they just like bent it up. So he's like, no, we're going to twist it too.
Those trains back then,
those
streamlined trains were so cool when they had those.
Those guys are saying, "Oh crap, this is not going to end well."
With the glass bubble on the front of a 200-mile-an-hour train.
Yeah. Bullet trains, I think they call them.
Fred McMurray was a badass.
All right, now Apollo has something for us, so we'll go see what that is.
Correspondent.
So it turns out that today is Bruyer's 78th birthday. And so I went and dug up some covers from his 70s comic albums. Very freaky, very drug inspired. Of course, Drouillet is a regular on Horror Mike's videos. He occasionally makes videos about metal hurlant and heavy metal. So you'll find stuff by Drouillet there. This is from the Lone Sloan series, which was a science fiction series that Drouillet did for a long time. At first, he drew and wrote, but then he got his friend Jacques Loeb to start writing. This is volume 2. This is the cover from the third or fourth print. It's not the original cover, but even though the drugs aren't the same, the imagination is still there. This is an original cover from the third album, and this is already written by Jacques Loeb. Loeb, of course, being one of the first in the more alternative. French comics, and of course he was the creator of Blanche Epiphanie. Here's one shot by Drouillet called Mirage. It's a series of short stories, so very freaky.
So are these comic books?
Yeah, they're comic albums. They're large.
Okay, so are they color inside?
Yeah. Usually, some of them might even be painted.
Wow.
I don't know, Ranger. I think he's retired by now. He's he just turned 78, so.
Great detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was his thing. He was very detailed, and since these guys didn't have to work on a monthly comic, they took their time to create great artwork. He was a plastic artist as well. He created an art installation that he reformatted as a comic book story, which was the first time that Elric appeared on a comic book 1.5 years before his debut in Conan.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Here's the different one, the Saga of Zam. This is from the 1980s. Not exactly sure what this is about. But he was experimenting with photos here. And another one, Vuz. Another science fiction thing, Collection Phoenix. So I'm not sure if I think Drouillet was no longer working with at Metal Hurlant at this point.
It sure looks like you got your money's worth though when you bought his work.
No, I don't have that many Drouillet books. So I have that Elric story in the UK edition, which is the first time that Elric story appeared in English. So it came out a few years ago. I had what did I have? No, I wanted to buy something from him, but I forgot because most of these things are out of print here in Portugal, and I would have to order the Integral from France. This is, so I mentioned Jacques Loeb. This is an underground series, spin-off from the stuff that he published in Fluid Glacial. Fluid Glacial being a spicier version of Mad in France, closer to the things that Bud Plant was putting out at the time.
Paulo, have you compared these to the heavy metal translations, and are they accurately translated into English?
I think they are. You see Dionne, who was the main writer and editor at Metal Hurlant. He spoke English fluently, so he could check if it was being done properly. And since there were also a few French expats living in the U.S. and serving as a conduit between the two countries at the time, there were people in France that loved the new U.S. things. Just as there were a few guys who wanted to explore what was going on in France at the time, so they served as a bridge. So in this regard, Metal Hurlant being turned into heavy metal was something that you could count on to have good quality. Is a Ténébrax. Oh, this one is a little spicier even for Fluid Glacial. But this one came straight out of the magazine, Super Dupont, which is their parody of Superman and Captain America rolled into one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the beret, the rooster, all it's missing is the baguette. Although the baguettes will show up in other stories.
Yeah, that must be wild.
Yeah, love and packaging. This is the second album. Gottlieb was one of the editors of Fluid Glacial.
So did this fly off the shelves?
No, but it reached its audience.
Yeah. Okay.
Reminds me of the Italian Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so now moving on to Portuguese editions. I haven't. This is the adaptations of the Black Stallion novels made in France, and for some reason they were popular at a time in Portugal because we had 6 albums being published here, and I still remember seeing a few showing up on supermarkets at discount prices. I just was never very interested. The style was very illustrative. They tried to make it appear as the same style of illustrations that are about to appear in children's books. But the covers were always very interesting, and I always found this kind of scary because this is volume 2, and I was seeing these when I was 7 in it. The Black Stallion versus Satan, which is I believe is the name of the other horse. And with children's books with Satan, okay.
Well, that's actually a forest fire. It's not like
yeah,
Ghost Rider or something.
Yeah, well, a bit more standard. So that they're in the desert. In number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though the stories were adapted in France, they always credited the original author, Walter Farley. Here's something different. Actually, I didn't even know this one existed as I was looking at the covers. The series is called Crystal. We only had 2 albums in Portugal, but the series went up to, I believe, 8 in France. The artist was Italian, and he was clearly a fan of Gil Kane.
Mm-hmm.
So here's exactly. Mike, you should be ashamed that an Italian has better taste than you.
Huh.
It's hard to figure out whose legs are whose at first.
Yeah.
Now,
Almost.
Gratu, you got to be careful. This guy's obviously a genius. So.
And this was the second one that appeared in Portugal. This guy worked in the French market, but he had a style that would not be out of place at Bonelli, the big Italian publisher. This is a Portuguese comic made by Portuguese people about a Portuguese icon. It's a biography of the soccer player Eusébio, who was the biggest star of the 1966 World Cup.
Oh.
For the first time, people actually noticed that Portugal had a soccer team. And we did that by beating South Korea 5-3. Eusébio scored 4 goals there. He was the top scorer in that World Cup, and Portugal reached the semifinals, where it was taken out by England. Then England won the championship by paying the referee so they could beat Germany.
So does that mean Black Panther, I guess?
Yeah, that was his nickname. Initially, he was born in Mozambique when it was a Portuguese colony. And at first they nicknamed him the Black Pearl. He didn't really like it. Then they started calling him the Black Panther because of his attack mode when he kicked. It was something that my dad explained. A lot of guys, they kick and they throw their body backwards, so the ball goes up. And at that point, we usually always say the same joke, which is 3 points for Wales. It's a rugby reference. But when this guy kicked, he threw his body forward, so the ball was always near the floor, flying near the floor, and very strong. Yeah, that's right. Range's slide. There is an Neil Adams cover. I think I showed it once a few months ago when I was showing covers from Fluid Glacial. The Neil Adams cover, because he appeared on Super Dupont appeared with Superman. We don't have Howler Mouse, unfortunately, so we could gush over this cover because it's by his favorite artist Tardy. Tardy doesn't really sell that well, but over here, but it has its fans. It's mostly his World War I books are the best. But this one is more of an urban adventure. And a few of the Ian Calladine stories that were published in Portugal. This came from a Belgian writer and from a French writer Vernal and the Belgian artist Ferry. And Ian Calladine is a Russian nobleman who was affected by the meteorite that fell into Tunguska in 1908, and all of a sudden he was gallivanting throughout the world with an English woman and an Irish sidekick.
Ah,
yeah, I have one of his stories, but it was being serialized in a black and white magazine. But these are the only albums that they actually published. So it's volume 1. This is volume 2. So yeah, as you can see, that it's science fiction disguised as pulp. And volume 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty good. The series is kind of forgotten now, but I always like revisiting the character to look up more information on him.
Has that one been translated into English?
No, this one hasn't.
And the artist's name is what again?
Ferry. That's not his real name. Although it's very common in the French language markets for artists to have a one name cartoonist pen name. Of course, his name is one of those Dutch Belgian names which is hard to pronounce. So calling himself Ferry makes it easier to be recognized. And this one was kind of funny because it says an adventure of Jim Cutlass, but this is Blueberry. It's completely recolored in a way that makes him unrecognizable. But this is Mississippi River. It's actually a Blueberry story. It's even properly credited to Charlier and Giraud. But for some reason, they dyed his hair and renamed him Jim Cutlass. This one I don't know. I don't know why. It doesn't really make much sense.
Kind of looks like James Coburn in the face.
Almost, yeah.
You got Rhett Butler in the background there.
Yeah. And I think this is the last one. Yeah, no, I still got a couple more. A literary adaptation of the French police detective Maigret. There were novels, of course. There's a British miniseries that came out, a TV miniseries that was broadcast a few years ago, starring Mr. Bean in a very unusual drama part. The cool cover. It's the Black Stallion. It's Black Stallion, Michael. And this was the only Maigret album that came out in Portugal. Nobody paid attention. I don't remember seeing this for sale. And the last one I have here, an adaptation of Jules Verne's Michel Strogoff. This one was published in Portugal in the early 80s. Adaptations, literary adaptations. At the time, they thought it would be a good way to sell to parents because they could buy them for their kids, and it was a safe comic and supposedly more intelligent than actual comics.
And the school systems too.
Yeah. The school systems. The school didn't let us read comics. It would rot our brains. And this is it.
Cool.
Great stuff, Paulo.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
All right, great stuff. Thank you.
All right, so I think I'll be signing off because it's 1:45.
Okay.
All right. Good to see you, brother.
All right, Paulo. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah, Paulo.
Thank you, Paulo.
Get some rest.
Gratu, how about we go to you?
All right.
See, I rhymed there. How's that?
I don't know. Forget my tardiness. We're finishing up at a restaurant. I was going through Gold Key and Dell trying to file stuff in. Then I couldn't find the stuff I was going to file in. But now I just found it just right as I was sitting there. And I could have sworn I just showed this book the other day. And so it looks like maybe I showed the Gold Key version. And then I have the Dell that I think I got from Gotham City Comics. But
that's very nice.
I have two of this cover with Sputnik.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
But hopefully these Golden Age ones will fit in that other box. So why don't they make all boxes to fit Golden Age comics?
Yeah,
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Anyway,
We should sign a petition.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, I use magazine boxes strictly
Yes.
now for that reason.
That is a king feature.
Did you guys see the Superman casting? I'm sure you did, huh? Or no? James Gunn has his new Superman and Lois Lane, and it's pretty darn good. This guy's like 28, she's 32. That's Miss Maisel. That's a show that my wife and I love. They both have hard names to pronounce, but she's tremendous in that show, The Magnificent Miss Maisel.
Yeah, my wife watches that all the time.
And she's got a timeless look, and she's 32, he's 20, so just a little bit older. I think James Gunn's gonna do it right. I'm just showing you stuff I got a file in the other box. It's not.
That's my kind of sandwich.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Captain Strangeliffe. There's a whole bunch of rain covers that Gotham City Comics. Do you know about this?
No, I don't.
I was on a live stream with him. Someone came in, said, "Here, I got a bunch of comics I collected, which were all pretty, for the most part, pretty terrible 90s and 2000s comics, except a few things like the first Deadpool." But they says, "I've also got these comics that my mom used to read, and they're all these very, very good condition, early 50s, late 40s, mostly Dell and."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I got a
and there's tons
contact
of
him,
rain covers, and I said, pull all the rain covers because Strange Life may want those. And we've been trying to divvy up this. It's boxes and boxes, white
Well,
pages.
thanks for letting me know. I'll get in contact with him tomorrow.
Yeah, or you could if you go through like a 12-hour live streams, if you start about 4 hours in, you could see all the books and you could write down which ones. But I told him if
That's
there's
cool
rain,
and
save
grumpy.
it for Strange Life. But we've been
Oh,
I've been
wow,
saying
that's
Fiction
cool.
House, that goes to Jimbo, because I was telling Micah earlier that I kind of think of us as museum curators, and certain museums have certain things that they specialize in, so if you get some ancient Egyptian stuff, maybe that should go to that museum. They have a huge collection of that, and you get a lot of Western art that should go to that museum in Fort Worth. And it's like, so I'm thinking, I love Fiction House and everything, but Jumbo's developing this world-class collection. So maybe the Fiction House go, Rain,
I appreciate
Strange
that, man.
Life, Disney, Micah gets first shot at that. It's kind of like that. It's stuff he could never sell in his store, but he could sell to us. And it's
That's very cool.
The stuff you got.
These are looking good.
We're like the basement boys, the underground collectors of the cool stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're really museum curators. That's really all that's how I like to visit. Then it sounds a lot better than, I'm in my man cave. I'm in my private museum.
We're conservationists too, though.
Yeah,
We're preserving the
that's true.
past.
Whitman! It's a Whitman variant.
Oh, big deal.
Dude, you're cool. No, I'm serious.
The Whitman variant. They're rare because Overstreet Guide said 30 years ago, they're worthless. Throw them away. They're reprints. That's why they're.
So the fossils say they're worth money.
Yeah.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, all of these are cool. These beautiful painted covers.
I know. He has such a cool look.
Yeah, yeah.
The green with the green skin.
Here's kind of a swamp thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
oh yeah. I got that one too.
Anyway. Here's the first issue of Grimm's Ghost Stories.
Oh, I like that.
That's nice.
Gotham City. This I
have
got from Gotham City Comics, not from the same horde. I don't think anyone's gotten anything from him yet on that.
Throw that in some Mylar. She'll look beautiful.
This isn't in Mylar. Just an ordinary whatever.
That's what I'm saying. You throw it in a negligee, and she's gonna look pretty.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I'll eventually get that done.
Do you ever have a comic, you put it in a Mylar and it looks so good you just set it down, walk around the room going, whoa, yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you do it like Ric Flair?
Oh man.
Yeah. I haven't done it today, Night Tiger, but
Yeah, I probably wouldn't admit to it, but then my last episode, I started crying thinking of a song in Toy Story 2.
But you know what I'm talking about, Micah. Come on now.
What's that now?
I said, you know what I'm talking about. She looked pretty. Look at her. Woo!
This is very important.
Oh, yeah. I was just looking at that.
Yep.
Yeah. Did yours have all these dart holes in it?
I was looking at it on eBay, looking at buying one.
Yeah. I'd sure be a lot better president, wouldn't he?
Huckleberry Hound didn't have too many covers that I know of.
We wouldn't be trying all this stuff if Huckleberry Hound was president, I guess.
That's right.
Oh, we couldn't be any worse.
This might have been this could have been the first golden age comic ever, or atomic age, uranium age, whatever you want to call it, comic I got. Either this or one of the Tip Topper comics in the late 70s. Lone Star Comics. It's a mad imitation.
I gave a couple issues that away like 5 or 6 years ago. I didn't realize that they were tough to get.
Are they pretty tough? Well,
I'm realizing now that I gave them away they are.
Who made those? That was Ajax, right? Ajax Farrell.
Yes. Ajax the comic cleanser.
Yeah, the paper was really paper quality was bad on those. That's why there's not many of them around.
Ajax.
Yes.
Yeah. I like picking up the Ajax romance.
You know, Harvey Kurtzman did these weird experiments, and I guess it's supposed to look like a racing form, but I just wonder, I guess kids saw it by that point. They knew to look for the name Mad, because he did. It was almost like he was trying to get kids to not notice Mad.
Exactly.
Trying to get into a composition book, having the logo be tiny up here, or he just did some of the most bizarre.
That's an early one. What number is that one?
It was 19. This is one I got from Lone Star Comics.
Nice.
And
these
are not in good shape.
I have another issue that's like a newspaper like that, and I just was looking through my box, and I'm like, I didn't even know I had this. Why do I have this?
Well,
everybody has that.
This is a cool looking comic. Everyone has it. It's worthless, but it sure looks cool.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I remember when I first started collecting Golden Age, I'm like, oh, wow, that's only $5.
Yep. This is the ultimate man comics.
Yeah.
It's about to stab a Korean or a communist soldier in the throat with a bayonet with explosion. It's just one of the greatest things.
Yeah, that was a cool series. I got a couple of those.
Dirty, rotten, stinky commie deserves it.
Oh, yeah, it was all about the commie in Atlas.
Yeah. You know, I always like Maisie. She looks like Donald Trump's press secretary, but now they're having a war, so I guess she won't come back when Trump's reelected. But I sure did enjoy her press conferences. What was it, Kayleigh McEnany?
Yeah.
Oh, well. And in Marine boot camp, Lee Harvey Oswald was called Oswald the Rabbit because of these cartoons.
Is that for real, or are you making that up?
No, I'm totally serious. They nicknamed him Oswald the Rabbit because everyone knew who that was then, but it's a completely forgotten character now.
I never heard that either.
Yeah, he was. I mean, they just razzed him. It's like, your name's Oswald, well, you'll be Oswald the Rabbit. It's like if your last name was Donald Duck, well, we'd probably call you a duck.
Yeah,
it was just everyone knew Oswald as being a rabbit. But it was weird that this was a Disney character. Then it wound up Walter Lantz. Then I think Disney owns it again. Micah probably knows that story better than me. I'll just finish up this parody of CinemaScope.
Oh yeah, man.
There's some Blu-rays where they actually, make it look like that on the Blu-ray, and you watch it in your house, and it gives you that effect. They actually had to have 3 cameras and 3 projectors in the theater. There was a center projector and a projector that projected over here and there.
Was that CinemaScope?
Kind of encircle you.
Was that the CinemaScope?
CinemaScope, yeah. Trying to compete with television, and then this is another issue of Panic, trying to look like a cereal box, and that's where you see the name. It's like the new DC comics where they hide the name. They're like in tiny little print on the side, and it's all art. Are DC comics good now?
I wouldn't know. Don't ask me.
I don't know. I haven't been picking anything up from DC at all.
Well, I just saw a video that was actually a few weeks old, and Shannon's showing like dozens of new DC comics.
Well, I got this one, and the cover was good, but
the Power Girl one.
All I can tell you.
Yeah, I got that too. But they're saying, and then Higgy Pop is showing all these new DC comics, and they're saying they're really good. And there's some imprint that says Dawn of DC. I thought maybe they started making good comics. I can always dream. So I was asking Eric, is that really? I hear World's Finest is good. I don't know. Anyway, that's my turn.
All right. Looked good. Looked real good. All right.
Meyer in the restroom.
Meyer Greenblatt, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me
Fantastic. Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome aboard.
Let's try this. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 books.
Okay. All right. Well, then you know what we're going to do? We're going to look at paperback books right here.
Cool.
So I'm reorganizing. If you follow all the moves every day, I'm reorganizing, and there's a whole bookshelf in the hallway that I took apart. It's all paperback, so it's all completely out of order, but it's all my stuff, and I'm going to tell you how good it is or how bad it is, and I'm going to tell you whether You should get it if you don't have it or you never heard of it, and you could probably find it at a thrift store or a garage sale. This is John Norman. He's like Edgar Rice Burroughs, but sleazy. And
that's for me.
It's really good. Any gore books, pick them up. Star Trek 3. These are written adaptations by James Blish of Star Trek episodes, and this is one of the best ones. This one has The Trouble with Tribbles, The Last Gunfight, Mirror Mirror, Amok Time. Jeez, it's chock full. This is a must-have for any fan of Star Trek who's 13 in 1978. Everybody probably.
When I was in 4th grade, that book, or it was either that or The World of Star Trek. Is that the one that has every episode listed? I memorized the names of every episode.
Yeah, and it's got all kinds. This is the best one.
That's the one that came out while the show was still on the air, I believe, or close to its cancellation.
This is John Steinbeck, one of my favorite writers. You know, the cover doesn't look like much, but this book, The Pastures of Heaven, has a really good story in it about this kid, Tolercito, the little frog, and it's about Carmel Valley, and it's kind of a horror story. Pastures of Heaven. Every story in here takes place in Carmel Valley in turn of the century, probably early 1900s. More John Steinbeck. This is a real famous one. This is Travels with Charlie, and this is nonfiction. This is where at the end of his career, like maybe in his 70s, he had his dog Charlie, who was a poodle, and he had an RV, and he traveled all over the United States meeting people and having meals with them, and then he wrote a book about it.
Cool.
This is The New Centurions by Joseph Wambaugh. This is a great book about being a cop in Los Angeles in like 1962 or something, right?
That was developed into a film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And he became a really famous best-selling author with The Onion Field, right?
Oh yeah, with James Wood.
Yes.
That was a great movie.
Of course, The Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh man, I saw that last night. Vincent Price.
More Steinbeck of Mice and Men. Maybe you've seen the movie, but the book is better than any of the movies.
Oh, Steinbeck is great.
Michael Moorcock, Elric Melnibon.
There you go. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great cover. That's one of the best covers of the series.
Pardon me, you're stepping on my eyeball. This is a great book that I only read because my girlfriend in high school read it and told me how good it was. And then it kind of became our thing.
Not something you hear every day.
Unless you're playing marbles.
Edgar Rice Burroughs books that isn't Tarzan or John Carter, The Girl from Ferriston. Kurt Vonnegut Jr., Welcome to the Monkey House. This is a collection of short stories, and a lot of them are really applicable to today. This is mostly science fiction, but you know it's sarcastic or it's kind of warped science fiction. But there's a story in here called Harrison Bergeron that's very famous.
Oh yes,
it's about what has happened. It's about everybody gets the trophy.
Yep.
Is what
Vonnegut wrote the Slaughterhouse 5, didn't he?
Everybody has to be equal.
Yes, everybody has to be equal. Exactly. And Vonnegut was warning us about that. And yeah, he wrote Slaughterhouse 5, a lot of other good stuff.
Yeah, the Gumbo Snuff Box
My
too.
Pillow by Robert Leckie. And this is a really great book. And this guy, Robert Leckie, he's the main character in that HBO series, The Pacific. You know, that one that came after The Band of Brothers? It was based all upon these Marines in World War II in the Pacific. Well, this is the real guy, Robert Leckie, and the book that he wrote about his experience like 30 years before that show ever came out. It's really, really good. I got this at the PX at Fort Bragg when I was in the 82nd Airborne. How long has that been? Is that enough book?
Oh, do another.
All right, let's do it. Here's more John Norman, Hunters of Gore. All right, so I'm really serious. This is like sleazy John Carter is how I would describe it.
Okay.
It's sleazy because it gets into slavery of women in great detail, and how all of the slavery system works, to the point where you start wondering, this guy's like kind of like the creator of Wonder Woman, except by times 100. And his,
I would I would say that the writing style is reminiscent of those men's adventure magazines. It's exploitative and over the top, and like not like when you read Burroughs, it's like literature. This is like you're reading something silly, right? Guadalcanal Diary.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's actually a comic book, a Golden Age one of that.
Korea's Heroes.
Korea's Heroes.
Yeah, they changed the name of that fort recently.
I know. I
Yeah,
saw
North
that.
or South Korea?
The Korean War book that my father had, signed by the author, was called This Kind of War, and he thought that was the best book ever on the Korean War. Yeah, that's great.
I'll have to look for that.
There's about 5 or 6 Vampirella novels.
Wow. That's great.
What do you average a reading, like a week? Like a book a week, a book a month?
Man.
Right now, I'm not reading at all. Right now, I just read comics. But I used to, I was in the Army for a long time, so I used to fly through these. I would read like a book in a week at least. I mean, if not quicker than that.
Right.
Oh, that was a great movie, man.
This is a great book. This book, I mean, the movie's great, but the book is almost better or different.
Yeah, I think you're right. The books are always better than the movies.
This book is written from the narrator of this book is the Big Chief. So you've got the narration being done by like a schizophrenic. Yeah. So the book is like the story is being told to you by the Big Chief, the character from the movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury. This is another collection of great Bradbury short stories. This is Venus on the Half Shell by Kilgore Trout. You guys know who Kilgore Trout is? So Kilgore Trout is like a made up science fiction writer that was created by Kurt Vonnegut Jr. And the character was so deep in his books that he actually wrote books as Kilgore Trout. And this is Kilgore Trout's most famous science fiction book called Venus on the Half Shell.
Okay.
Do you know who the artist is on that cover by any chance?
I don't know. Let's look.
Like Marina.
Sometimes it says, it doesn't. But yeah, Kilgore Trout. That's probably it for now. I mean, we'll just throw up the Marvel superheroes at the end.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Who wrote this? Len Wein and Marv Wolfman.
Good.
Len Wein and Marv Wolfman.
Well, then you know it's good.
Yeah, the cover is dynamite. All right, thank you, Meyer. Let's go to someone very famous who once killed a man for snoring too loud. It's none other than Captain Strangelove.
Yeah, who was that guy again? James Harden, Leslie Harden.
Yeah, John Wesley Harden.
John Wesley Harden. Yeah.
You look like you just
biography by him.
You look like you just stepped off the Gilligan stage set or something.
Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know.
You're shipwrecked there. You're below the ship there.
I got a few celebration of the 4th of July. Some patriotic theme, some comics here. Swamp Thing, number 44.
Yeah, you don't think of him as being patriotic.
No.
That's pretty cool.
I got to take this out of the bag because
he's DC's Captain America.
Look at the similarities in the patriotic background and these two, where they got the flags there.
Nice, yep.
Batman,
Jim Aparo. Who does the Swamp Thing cover? I know Jim Aparo does the Outsider.
What
that was a cool time in comics right there. 80s, 83, 84, 82.
I don't know. Bissett?
Steve Bissett, if that's...
Yeah, Bissett, that's it.
Night Tiger, didn't you once do a whole episode of flag covers?
Oh, yeah. Live show.
Did, huh?
That would be good for the July 4th.
Wait till you see what I'm going to unbox tonight for the first time on the 4-color fossils. It's a flag, Golden Age flag cover.
Oh, okay.
Here's something else.
You blew it. You stole it.
You didn't have to say.
Woo! Is that Amanda? What is her name? Amanda Connor cover? I love those. I love those covers.
Yeah, she's always there. This is before she went.
Yeah.
With doing Harley Quinn.
Wonder Girl.
Night Tiger puts that at Mylar and goes around saying, "Oh, you look pretty."
No, it doesn't go. It doesn't quite go like that.
This cover is not by her. It's by Anna Maria Cool.
Oh, I like that. What number is that?
That's number 45.
Ooh.
1994.
Me's got to get that.
And then here's Superman number.
Oh, nice.
54.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Woo, 2. Look at that.
He's high, folks.
Yes.
Justice League number 1.
There you go. Wasn't there a cover with all the 50 states flags?
That
variant?
one.
Yeah.
You got all 50 variants, man?
No.
What? No? Not even Illinois?
No. Then I got this one. Here's number 2 of Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great.
I heard that Netflix is considering or they at least option for a TV series
Oh yeah.
called Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction. So
From that magazine?
Yep.
So cross your fingers.
They might be going up in price if. It was a great
Down in
series.
price.
Is that your spec? Is that your spec for today?
My stack?
Your spec.
No, I didn't. I don't spec. I sometimes in a rare instance, if I like something I really personally like it, I might buy extra copies of it, but I don't speculate to buy, multiple copies. I used to do that when I was, 15 years ago.
I'm razzing you, man. I'm razzing you like you did to me
Oh, you're
today.
yanking my chain? I thought you were serious.
I'm getting you back for today.
A speck is something I remove from my glasses.
That's what I'm always doing.
Did you do a show today, Night Tiger?
For my glasses here.
What's that?
You did a show today?
No, I didn't do a show today.
Oh, okay.
No, he texted me earlier.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, here's science fiction number.
Oh,
1.
yeah. I need that. I need that in my life.
That's a good issue.
Yeah, this is a nice condition one, and the artwork in here is just absolutely amazing. You don't see stuff like this today anymore. Just amazing. If they do a series on Netflix, I hope they do it justice.
They won't.
No, I don't say that, man. Who said that?
That was me. Netflix will destroy it.
We all secretly said it.
Well, I hope that. Usually that's what happens, but I don't know. What I wanted to. Oh, I just showed this. Never mind. I just showed that. So that was number 1, and then this was number 2. What I showed you.
Not that number 2.
Yeah, not the one where you go to the bathroom. No.
That's from the Little Rascals movie. Not that number 2.
Not the real Little Rascals. That's
right.
The original ones from the 90s.
The 90s should be nuked.
I love that movie. Get out of here. That movie's cool. Shh.
My
Captain,
wife likes number 3. I hate it.
Captain's talking.
Number 3. Number 4.
Oh, that's a great one. That Bruno.
Man, I didn't know you had them all.
I think there's only about 5 or 6 or 7, isn't there? Or 6.
You surprise me all the time with your great stuff.
And there's number 5.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, I like that 5.
Jambo woke up.
She's a 10, not a 5.
This is amazing cover here. This is number 6.
Man, whatever happened to these full detail paintings on comic magazines?
No, but
Artist died.
this is the annual, number 1 annual.
There was no replacement in the art community, in the comic art community.
Theodore Sturgeon.
Across the board. There was just these
Don
guys
Newton
never
cover, I
replaced.
think.
They never replaced these guys.
That'd be that last one you showed. That'd be a killer painting to have like in your living room, like huge.
Oh yeah.
Nobody
This is,
did anymore.
I wish I knew who the artist was, but I didn't. I should have.
On that one, on the
Research.
annual, it looks
Yeah.
like Don Newton.
Oh really? No wonder I look so cool. You know I love him.
Hey, let's see what else I got here. Here I got something for Eric Breen. He's been making me spend money. Well, I don't spend too much though. Here's from 1969. There's a cover by Jazzy Johnny Ramita.
Oh nice.
Oh, that's
I love it.
Oh,
That's a nice issue. Love that blue. That was really nice.
I know.
That's
That
amazing.
brings a tear to my eye too.
All right. Well, that's all I got right now. So
Okay.
I got some other stuff, but I'll show that in another round.
guys.
All right.
There's a DC Comics artist, a girl that did art for those romance comics named Elizabeth Berube. You guys, Shannon instantly knew who that was. Do you guys know who that is?
No, I haven't heard.
No.
She did
No.
like spot art and art in those. Let me show you real quick. If you give me the camera for just a second.
All right.
She's just phenomenal. Hold on a second. That's her there, but she had this really cool style, and I'm sure it's all over the books that you've got, Eric.
Is she, I think she did all the fashion pages and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I gather. But I don't have enough of these. It's just the style. It's like
Yeah, look at
it's
that.
a female art. It's a very female, but it's kind of a cross between Barry Smith and all kinds of other weird, psychedelic
Ditko.
influences.
Steranko or Ditko.
It's Steranko mixed with Barry Smith, mixed with female sensibility, and she, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought I'd never mind.
That's cool. No, man. That's cool.
Is she still alive?
Let me check.
Another reason to buy
Elizabeth Berube. I'll figure it out. She was okay. She passed away. They say was born in 43, died in 2021.
Ooh. She was not that old then.
No.
Yeah, they probably got her with the C-19. Communist.
All right. Before we run to our super guest, Night Tiger, I just want to take this opportunity to say that we will not be here next Wednesday.
Oh.
You all can have the week off and enjoy your patriotic time.
All right.
I will be doing super secret confidential stuff. We return next live episode July 12th, and no, it will not feature Howler Mouse. I just grab pictures whenever I can. So
just know
My favorite Martian, Howler Mouse.
Say what?
My
Thursday
favorite
of next
Martian,
week.
Howler
Oh,
Mouse.
sorry.
Schedule me for that show if you can. If you got a slot.
Oh, Gratu's Thursday show?
No, I'm just
No,
saying
July
that
12th.
You're,
July 12th.
you're canceling the show Wednesday. On Thursday, you'll know that the war in the Ukraine has ended because Graphic Man's going to be brokering peace on Wednesday.
Yes. Yes.
They can do a substitute Wednesday show if any of you guys want to participate, or we can just take a break or whatever.
I get 10% for the bigger guy. So, all right, let's go to someone.
I
who
can't
always
believe you
says-
just said that.
We go to someone who always says don't do drugs because He's already done them all. Here is nighttime.
Before you come to me, put Captain Large. I got to make an observation.
All
This
right.
guy's patriotic. Do not mess with Americans. Yeah, move over a little, Hans. He has a severed head right next to the American flag. Yeah. All right. Just wanted to make that observation. Okay, here we go. I got an unboxing. First time. So I got 2 books here. I'm Mike, Night Tiger Comics. We love scarce Golden Age, but we will collect anything that has newsprint in between the covers. Other than that, we try not to collect it anyway. So what do we got here? These are both scarce books. So this book, Hans, I call the godfather of the comic book community. This book, I cannot find it on any database. The databases go up to 25, and this is 26. So if you guys can find info on this book, man, I'll appreciate it. So I'm going to show it here in a minute.
You see it here first, and the fossils.
All right. Oh, it's a pretty nice shape, too.
The Mutineers. I have that book.
This is number 26, though. All the databases I could find only go up to 25.
What company put it out?
Bell Features. It's a Canadian comic book reprint of American. Now, I believe I have the counterpart here. Let's take a look.
Comics don't count.
So.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sorry. That's the one I have. The one I don't have the Canadian one. I got the other one. Is the American one number? Is it the same number?
No, this is 23. So anyways, so if you can find that, I looked on Grand Database, Comic Book Realm, and one other place, and I could not find. They all went up to 25.
Huh.
So that's really weird.
That's interesting.
Anyways, now this next book is really scarce. It's a patriotic cover. It's 40s. I've never seen it before.
Oh, I hope you didn't cut right into the magazine.
That always scares me when he uses
Oh man! I remember the last time you had a tape pull. You did tape pull on the air.
I know, man.
Iggy Pop uses a sword.
I used a machete before. And a butcher knife.
How about
so look at this book, man. Check it out.
Magic Comics. There we go.
What did I paid like 40, I think 50 with shipping and tax and everything. But this book is really hard to get. It's the first time I've ever seen it for sale. It's thick too. Man, this book is thick.
That is such a weird cover. What are the
Happy birthday, America. I'm so excited. I don't know why. Celebrating.
What does it say below the flag? What is that text?
It has the Star Spangled Banner lyrics.
Oh. Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's missing a little piece of the cover, but I put her in Mylar. She gonna look pretty. Woohoo!
Mylar gives it high definition, son.
There you go.
What's inside?
What's inside? Step this way.
I assume it's
ooh, check this out. Indian Joe.
Ooh, that looks nice.
That looks like some great artwork right there.
By Jimmy Thompson. Good old Jimmy. Good old Jimmy Thompson. You got Lone Ranger. You got some Lone Ranger. You got probably newspaper reprints right there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's a Dell. Is that a Dell?
No, it's David McKay. High Sports. So you got a sports page dedicated to the sports.
Now, what year is this from? About 43, 44?
What year? Good question. It is from 1942.
Oh, okay.
So you got Blondie right here.
Ooh. It opens up with Blondie. That's the lead story.
You got the Wizardry Tower. What's that? Let me see. It's the editor. I've read those before. It's the editor just like talking to you. So you got Lone Ranger, Mandrake, Secret Agent 9. I don't know what happened to 10 or 8 or 7.
X9, yeah.
So it's really cool, man. Really cool. I'm so happy to have that. I just bought one yesterday. That's Famous Funnies. I forget the number, but it's War Bonds cover. It's got the kids like in a parade, and they got War Bonds, and they got the big drum and the dog and all that. So, anyways,
I think I've seen that cover before. What you're talking about?
I just got this one in.
Oh, that's
high grade.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know how much this was? $23 shipped off eBay. High grade.
It's got a stamp on it. Is that a store stamp? Or
it's got three. It's got 3 of them. It's got 2 date stamps and Wayne Baker. If that's a business or individual, but this thing is really nice.
10 years ago, they were even less expensive. Like
what's
people
that?
didn't even know even less. I think 10 years ago, like as far as the Dell stuff, it's now just kind of people are waking up to it.
And you can find high grade stuff for so inexpensive. So what else did I get? I got these from the antique store. I don't know if I showed them. 30-cent variants.
Yeah.
I don't know if I showed.
I bought that one off the stand, but not the variant.
And then I got that one.
Yeah, and I never had the conclusion as a kid, so I only read 157, so I didn't know whether Aunt May was going to marry Doc Ock or not. I didn't know.
Dang, you're still hanging too. You're still hanging on.
I'm still hanging to this day. I still don't have 158.
She married him.
These are cool.
Oh yeah, I got all of those. Those are really cool comics. I love the cartoon they had. Wacky races.
Wow.
I soaked the cover on this one. If you want to go on Instagram, the cover was like way dirty.
How do you reattach the staples? Do you use the original staples?
Well, when this came and I opened it up, before I even got it open, I'm opening going, I hope the cover's detached. Because I could soak it right away, I don't have to deal with. So it was detached.
Okay.
Already. But yeah, you usually want to press it flat under like tremendous weight for a day or two until it gets really flat. Then open the staples and then you can pull up the wraps easier and put it all back together easier.
So you put the original staples back in. They don't ever break?
If they're rusty, they will.
When I come down, are you going to be able to we'll be able to do a couple of my books in 3 days or what?
A soak you can do in 1 day.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
This is missing 3 wraps and the cover.
Look at that. It doesn't matter. Look at that cover, man.
That's a reproduction cover?
Yeah, reproduction cover. I got this from Simon. So this is the 7th appearance of Captain America.
So he upgraded his copy?
He got the Destroyer. Yeah, he just got a copy. You saw that on Instagram? What do we got here? What do we got, guys? What do we got? Come on now. Oh, I have another new comic in here that I just got. This one, another scarce one.
Yeah, those are great.
People don't know what these are, and then the people that do, they don't get off work until 5. So I'm able to get them cheap right away. They sit there in the middle of the day, and then I'm like, oh yeah, snatch these things. $50, I'll take it.
I only know about that title from that Guadalajara. A couple of years ago, I bought a collection, one of the big thick Guadalajara, and it's all 4 favorites. And that's when I first discovered it and read it. Yeah.
This is a horror comic. It doesn't look like it, does it? But it is.
Well, there's all kinds of stuff.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, I see somebody inside, man.
Unknown. The unknown.
Yeah, the 4 favorites will be 4 different heroes in 4 different stories inside there usually.
Okay, let me put that back quick.
Yeah, let's watch closely.
Ah! You saw it here. It is another comic book. This is one that it's reprints from Tip Top, but it's 100 some pages, and it's got the triple threat. They're all superheroes. They're brothers. They're triplets. The Mirror Man, original. What was that? King Features character. 128 pages of thrilling all-star excitement. Giant 25-cent edition from, what is this, 1944.
Who's Jim Hardy?
He's like, I think he's like a detective, he's like Dick Tracy.
Okay,
basically.
that's him there. I thought that was Dick Tracy.
No, he's like Dick Tracy. There were so many Dick Tracy rip-offs, it wasn't even funny. This is just another really scarce Holyoke. Whenever I find these, I didn't have any money. One just went on auction for $7 and no one bid on it.
Really?
And I'm like, yeah, I just spent all my money. I'm like, yeah, not this one, but a different issue. Okay, so you got your Victory Garden.
Oh, that's cool.
Patriotic.
This is a great book. There's a story in here.
That's a nice copy. That's very hard to find.
There's a story in here about a paratrooper who gets lost behind enemy lines, and he has to use the manual that he was trained to use to find his way out. You know, all the things, how to call for help and all that. So they actually show the pages to the manual as he follows them in the comic, and I'm like, this is great stuff.
Yeah.
So I looked through this book yesterday, and I stopped in the middle. There's a story about a photographer who was, I don't know if he was German or Jewish, but it was right before Hitler came to power, right when it was happening. Yeah. And he started taking pictures, and he learned a way to put the camera in his coat and take pictures. And the first time he went out, he took a bunch of pictures of people getting beat up. He went back and they were all blurry. So he assessed like what distance he needs to be and what angle. And then he took all these pictures, and he was starting to take pictures in secret. And he would give the film to a friend because he knew they were onto him. And then they came to his house, searched it, took him to jail, didn't find nothing, let him go. He went to another city. So this is all in this story. Started doing the same thing. He developed another camera where he could wipe his forehead and take a picture, like he was wiping away the sweat. So he did that for a while, got all these pictures, and then he hid it in the field because he knew they were onto him, and they arrested him again, searched him, didn't find nothing. So he's like, I got to get out of Germany now. So in this comic, they actually show the photos that he took of the people that were beat up, or in the poor sections where they were all like corralled together. I'm like, wow, this is a kid's comic. This stuff's pretty big stuff for kids, but
yeah, it sounds like it's pretty intense.
But I'll leave it at this one, and I'll save some for next time. So Frisky Fables, Al Fargo, Spirit of 76.
That's Biden's new army.
Yeah.
El Fargo.
As you can see, I got some stuff right here.
All right. Fantastic.
Where do you say El Fago?
Thought we lost
just one.
But there he is.
Let me show us real quick, because if anybody wants to try to find it, like Steve just said, it's number 3, Sparkling Stars.
Yeah, I'd like to read that paratrooper story.
Okay. Or if you could just tell us the name of the photographer, I'm sure you
the paratrooper was in this.
The World's Finest. Okay, I have to find out. What World's Finest number is that? Can you...
11. That's 11.
Oh, well, that would be an easy reprint. Well, the reprints only have Superman and Batman stories. And usually have those others.
Those archive editions.
Type it in Google. It's on. You can go on probably Comic Book Plus and read it.
Oh yeah, okay. Thank you, Night Tiger. Great stuff, man. That's amazing.
Good.
I always just type in the title, and if it's like a general title, then the year that it was first published, and then read online, and usually one of two websites will come up, and one of them you can just tap it and download the page. The other one you got a screenshot.
Is
The Comic Book Plus, yeah.
Is
You
it
can
the
just-
best repository of comics? And is
It
it
is
free?
because you can just download the pages. Like if you tap it on your phone and just download page by page.
What's the best to do if you're doing like these reading comics, like the?
Well, that one, and I don't know the name of the other one, but it comes up most of the time as the first or second. That one has a lot of malware, but those two have like the biggest database when it comes to Golden Age comics series scanned in. I hate to use the malware one, but sometimes Comic Book Plus doesn't have everything.
Yes, and if Comic Book Plus is worried about a copyright, they will shy away from a title. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I see.
If it's not in the public, so they play it safe. Whereas the other one he's talking about is called Read Comic Online, and you better be very careful because it will take over.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it other than your phone. I
Right.
wouldn't use it on your laptop or your computer.
But it has thousands. So.
You used to be able to download page by page from there, but they stopped it. I don't know why.
We've lost Charlton and we've lost Meyer. Oh no, there's Meyer. Who else are we losing? Must have been the captain. You want me to get on there? Okay. Who was this guy?
This is for the chat and for all the viewers of the program after the live on the repeat, the rewatch. We love you so much it hurts. Thanks for everybody for watching and commenting.
Very good.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mark. Hey, Mike, what year is that? Circa that statue? Is that like 70s or 80s?
Early 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah.
It's got a date on it. It's 1968.
Oh, okay.
And
there you go. Even better.
These were really popular. This was,
yeah, you remember that?
The Berry
Had a power outage.
And they sold these like every 5 and dime and pharmacy.
Yeah,
right
I remember that.
Display all
There
the
were
greeting cards.
There were substitutes for greeting cards. You'd get a little
Yeah.
statue at the drugstore, and it would be like same thing. Instead, you have a little statue. Something.
You guys remember those kitten pictures where they had the huge eyes, real sad?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And remember the clowns, the like, I don't know what they were. They were like doll clowns or something, like crocheted, or they were everywhere.
It was a very tasteful time.
Did you guys we used to, in Milwaukee, they'd have like the parade for the city and everybody could go there. You would ride your bike, you decorate your bike, red, white, and blue, ride in the parade all the way to the park, and then you get ice cream from the city. Every year when I was a kid, we'd do the same thing. I loved it.
What city was it?
Milwaukee.
Oh.
Was it the little ice cream cups with the wooden spoon?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yep. Those were delicious. They were so good.
So you grew up in Milwaukee?
Yeah. I was born in Fort Bragg, but I grew up in Milwaukee. My dad got out. I think I was less than 1 year old or one or something when I moved to Milwaukee.
Womack Army Recruitment Center, I think, is Fort Bragg is Womack. So you were born in Womack, probably.
I know, Jackson.
68. What was that Vision thing? Quest murders, was that 69?
Yeah, I think it was right around the same time. A bit after that, the
February 18th it happened. That was my birthday.
Yeah, it was still a big thing when I was there in the 80s. Still, yeah.
Oh wow.
But Lead Paint, I'm sure, knows all about it as well. It's still, it just happened like 15 years before or something.
Right. Crazy.
There's a rival comic stream going on right now.
But that's where they used to live. That's where it happened. That's where the house was. Everybody knew where the house was.
We've got competitors now, but
yeah,
they started at 8:30.
I'm going to make a prediction. Let's see if it's true.
What?
And we go to Eric Breen, who's
waiting patiently there.
I'm watching the Reds.
Oh, the Reds. Okay. Well, That was a body slam.
Okay. Before Steve was starting to show this Metal Men Digest, and I think he was going to ask if anybody knew why there were two of them, and one of them had number 34 and one had 497. The best guess I can give is Adventure Comics was also in digest size at this time, and they might have put the number of the next issue there, and then corrected it, and this was actually issue 34 of Best of DC Blue Ribbon Digest.
I've never seen those in comic. I've never seen those in comic shops. Do they? Because I see that one doesn't have a code. Did they sell those in the comic book shops back in the 80s?
I don't remember. Most of this was in the late 70s. I don't know how far into the 80s they made these made it. So, and I don't remember back that far, Mike.
That's a good answer, I say.
And Ken, you were asking if DC is any good now, and I was off camera because I have that Panic book, and I thought that'd be a great one to bring you with.
No, you couldn't find it.
Well, and then I knocked over a shitload of stuff.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm
sorry.
Didn't find the book, but everything else crashed. Anyway, couple things that came out today. Speaking of DC.
Now, what is Dawn of DC exactly? What does that mean? Are they starting over in a way?
I don't know. It's basically it's an initiative they're doing with about half of their books. Most of them have actually been good, but as I've said before, there seems to be like an internal civil war going on. Well, I guess that would be most civil wars between the people that want to do comics that people like us might like, and that maybe people that like comics would like, and then there's the activists.
Yeah,
the ones that made Tim Drake very, very effeminately gay. And
well, that's a spoiler for me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's almost no way the activists aren't going to win, because they always do, because everybody's scared to death of them. But for now, we're actually getting some good stuff out of DC. Here's Green Arrow, which is actually the first two issues. This was very good. And the other problem with DC right now is they've got an event starting that's going to derail their entire line for 2 months. So, like, Green Arrow is on issue 3, Green Lantern's on issue 2, and they're going on 2-month hiatus for this thing called Night Terrors. Anywho, we'll see if they survive that. It's Vampirella versus the Superpowers. This takes place during the 40s. It's actually pretty decent.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not. It's not going to make you forget the, war and stuff of the 60s and 70s, but it's not bad.
Carmine Infantino tribute on the cover of that Vampirella from the Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did not notice that. This has actually been fun. I think I talked about this the first issue. I guess someone else found Wonder Woman's mentioned earlier. She gets trapped in a bunch of horror movies and TV shows. Like like in the first issue, she got caught in a couple of Dracula movies. She got caught in The Night Stalker, meets Kolchak. It's just a lot of fun.
Huh. Wow.
And as far as the rest of the rounds, is I ain't about to try to compete with Mike. I'm just gonna throw up some 80s and early 90s indie stuff I've been reading.
Oh, that's Patriotic.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jambo. That's my bad.
Oh,
That's some weird anatomy with that shoulder. What's going on?
Who's artist on that? Can you say?
Bill Black.
Bill Black, probably.
Okay.
And here's Black Phantom.
Nice.
There's Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
That's always good.
There's an offshoot of AC, Deep Dimension Horror. Another 80s series that there's 2 volumes of, criminally underrated and unremembered.
The DNA agents, yeah.
Here's, let's see what number 29. Number 65.
Now, have you read those? Are they reprints, original stories?
No, they're the Fem Forces are original.
And how is it good?
They attempted to tell stories, yes. I mean, there was more to it than just,
Not a
the
boob?
obvious selling point. Yeah.
Aren't there sometimes reprints in the back?
Well,
There is.
A
Yeah.
lot of the
Hey, just because you got boobs don't mean the story can be bad. It can be good.
No, I'm just saying that's let's be honest, that's what was.
Oh, you don't remember? I see. You don't remember.
But yeah, kind of a lot of the ACs like that Black Diamond had one new story and then a bunch were reprints, and they did a lot of they reprinted a lot of.
Oh, that's
they
nice.
were kind of like PS art books decades before Roy Thomas started doing them.
Yeah,
I have 2 of those flares. I haven't read them yet, but it looks good inside.
They're it's not bad. Because this was it's same universe with the Champions role playing game characters.
Oh.
They did those thick issues where they took random issues, they binded them together, put the same cover on them. Oh wow!
That's the White House.
Ooh, caller.
Another series pretty much a fan of Justice Machine. They escaped. They escaped a world called Jorwell, also known as Earth Today. I mean, there's number 27. Here's Millennium taking a crack at the Man from U.N.C.L.E. It's Miss Victory Golden Anniversary Special.
Me likey that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly my love number 1, but here's My Terrible Romance number 1.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That kind of reminds me of that classic horror comic cover with the chick with the
pre-code horror.
Yeah,
pre-code romance. They had some bite to them.
She had the skull and was lifting up a martini glass. What was that?
Yes.
I have the comic and I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, you're talking about Chamber of Chills. Yeah, it was also the first cover of Haunted Horror.
Right.
Yeah, I showed those a couple weeks ago. Here's
that's right.
Alan Moore's Supreme, number 51. Here's number 54. And number 55 here, where in a one-off, a villain gets a hold of something that changes history to where the South won the Civil War. Slavery was still legal, and it was pretty jarring. You couldn't dream of doing this story today, and damn, I get tired of saying that about that comics, movies, everything else.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
I know that's because one generation of the perpetually offended.
Those are near the end of the run, aren't they? Those are really hard to find issues.
But they are very, very good.
I keep picking up a few and putting them back. I'm not sure.
Most of them were. Alan Moore's a huge fan of the Silver Age, and a lot of this is like a love letter to Silver Age Superman, because he sets up a lore that's it's kind of Superman-esque, but there's Kid Supreme, Lady Supreme, Supreme Dog. I mean, everything. It's and it's fun. It's not mocking it, and like I said, he's a hell of a writer. Mm-hmm. And we'll close with The Trouble with Girls, number 1.
There's a lot of trouble with girls.
Yeah, that's a small book.
This is the storyline where I always forget her name. The villain, the vixen villain, pretends to turn over a new leaf and go straight.
Yeah, I love that.
Lester Girls actually falls for her.
What is she, the Dragon Lady or something?
Yes, Dragon Lady. But I can't remember her name.
These are good and really fun, and the art is good. But this is one of those situations where you got to separate the art from the artist, because this guy is in prison for some pedo stuff.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, Gerard Jones. The writer.
Yeah.
But this is one of the. They must have found some money in the couch cushions because the early issues of this particular series are in color.
Yeah, they were. You're right. It's fun. It was entertaining. I like it.
But that's what I got for this round. Mike, I'm going to turn off my. I'm going to stay on. But I'm going to turn off my camera and microphone for a few minutes, but I will be back.
Okay. Well, we will bravely move on. There's not been any alarms. That's good. While Meyer is still with us, I thought I'd show a couple of paratroopers. I showed you that Tarzan earlier. So this is real beat up, but every time I find it, I just can't resist it. I've got to get my hands on it. So
I've never seen that before.
Oh,
it's a cover.
Oh, it's a great one.
I love that.
Yeah.
So great.
Is the uniform accurate?
Yeah. Does that bring back memories?
Yeah, it looks
accurate for World War II.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, probably not. You know, you wouldn't be jumping out of the airplane holding your weapon. It would be inside of a weapons carrier, all closed up and strapped to your side.
Well, I imagine this guy probably doesn't follow regulations too closely.
Yeah,
that anyway.
Gonna open.
He looks like he's gonna be fine.
Here's a World War II paratrooper, Men of War.
Is that Johnny Cloud?
Yep, he's calling him Cloud.
There's a lot of Johnny Cloud parachute covers. There's a lot of them.
And I told you earlier, the Black Box Silver and Bronze visited me. I took him into a bookstore, and he started buying up some good amounts. The owner of the bookstore was so grateful that he gave me this book. I've shown it to Meyer already. And he gave it to me free. Of course, it's got some damage, but anytime you have a giant frog wearing scuba gear, shooting at a plane, you just have to get it.
Yeah.
And
wonderful.
I haven't read it yet, so I don't know who wins. And we might see Gotham City later. I bought this from him. Of course, I've already got the full run, but this Moby Dick was much better shape than the ragged copy I had.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
Great art.
And now these books advertised on the back, I have never seen. They're adventure stories. But maybe you guys run into these all the time, but must be a state law where I live. I'm not allowed to see these. So little Uncanny Tales.
Nice.
Cool. Really cool.
And I will end it very quickly so the other people can go. Little Tales to Astonish.
Mumba.
Very terrifying. 1961. All right, who would like to go next?
I don't know. I can go, I guess. You want?
Captain.
If nobody else wants to go. I got a copy here of World of Archie #5. What was interesting about this, it has the first appearance of the Weirdleys in it, which is kind of a throwback, I think, to the Addams Family. It was kind of bizarre. I just picked it up, was reading it, and it's like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's from 1993, I think, or 94. 93.
It's about the time that movie came out. They're basing it more on the movie than the
Yeah, right. I think so too. Yeah. But it's interesting. Interesting that they did that. I remember they had that one with the cover where they were called the Creeps. think Gratu has that comic too. Then let's see, we got Hawk and a Dove, number 4, with Eli Katz cover. Beautiful Eli Katz cover, Hawk and a Dove.
Yeah, that is.
Then we got a Thor 208. That's another Eli Katz cover. And he's been all over the place. And this is a cool cover. I always love this cover. It's the Atom with the bug wall. And I think Gil Kane did the cover on this too, but he did all the interiors in here. And I gotta show you this. You just, Eric's always talking about how you can tell it's the eyes. Gil Kane draws the eyes. For me, it's always the nose. The nose right there.
Or that dang tendon below the knee, Cap.
That is the nose, man. It's the nose that does it.
I always have a graphic man sense that goes off and warns me.
Then we got the cool back cover with
Yep.
Didn't you always want that shoe? Didn't you always want those shoes?
Yeah, model motoring. As a matter of fact, I still got a lot of my original tracks and cars and stuff. I got this. Here's one of the original part of the model motoring Aurora 500 tracks. Or is this the AFX one where they changed it? I think the original ones had these pins that you use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connect the track. And then I got this car. This is from Dime Store Toys from, I think, 2001. They reproduced a lot of the toys that you were able to get in dime stores. So I put it on the track there. I put it on this. This is kind of cool. Oh, there's the damn canoe's coming off. What was that thing? I had the box around here somewhere.
Long trailer. It looks like, Lucy and Desi.
That's pretty cool. I love these dime store toys, and they're expensive too, even though that they were reissues of the original toys that came out in the 40s and 50s. But anyway, and I picked these up. I never seen Tarzan Digest before. It's in pretty great shape.
Oh,
I've never seen that.
This is from 1972. Well, volume 1, number 1, 1972. I found these on eBay. The guy had 3 copies of them, and I think I got them for, what did I pay? $6 a piece.
Nice.
So it's not too bad. And they're in really nice shape. I mean,
those are cool.
I think they're unread. Except it's got some damage up there on that one.
Was it one auction?
Yeah.
Why didn't he split that up? He probably, whatever.
I don't know. But, yeah, I never seen these, and they were in such great shape. I got, all 3 of them, so.
That's cool, man.
You're a true collector, my friend.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get, I'm going to do a contest at some point, and I'll be giving out some of these. Maybe 2 of those. I only need 1. There's other stuff, too, that I got. I'm not sure if I showed this 2 weeks ago or what. Wiz Comics, where he's got the portrait here of all the different
oh yeah,
Marvel family members.
Very cool, man.
It doesn't matter. We have short memory spans, so. Anyway.
Well, what's Dr. Savannah doing in there? That's what I like to know.
He's part of the
Or maybe
family.
that's the good twin. I don't
He's
know.
the hair sniffing uncle.
And here's Super Magician. I know I showed this before. This is number 2, volume 4, number 2 from 1945.
Man, I passed up on that issue and I've regretted it since. It was $25. I thought it was too expensive.
Yeah, because the cover is offset. You see how the cover is cut offset?
Still, that's still cool. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing is a saw blade and the girl. That's cool, man. Hey, did you just get that, or is that something you had?
No, that's something I got a while ago. You know, it was miscut, but I bought it anyway because I think it was around, I don't know, $30,
Yeah, the one I wanted was 25.
or maybe it went down. I don't know, but I was not gonna buy it at first, and then I saw that, and then this came from the Blackstone show.
Oh, wow. But still, that's a tough issue.
1958. 56. So that's kind of cool. It came right direct from the show. Some lucky kid had it for a long
Did you ever
time.
check to see how long he was doing his act?
No, but he started in the 40s, I'm sure. And then here's another Blackstone. This is
I have that
from
one.
1946. You have this one?
Yeah.
You know,
Actually, there was
I'd
another
like-
one on eBay, and they
Hey,
were
wait a
offering
minute.
me
This is
40.
This is the back. I got it backwards. It's the back cover.
Yeah, because that's the first page, though, inside that train.
This is
That's a killer book.
I got it backwards. Oh, here's the front cover. The actual front cover, and then I like this cover, I like it better. It's kind of bizarre. I mean, it's like
Hey,
it's got
Micah.
2 different covers.
Micah, can you show me too?
Oh, yeah. Let me see here.
You got the same one there. You got it.
Yeah. And the inside cover is that train. I want to find the other volume, number 1. Just 3, but that other one with the train cover, that's a really cool cover.
With the train cover?
Yeah, with the girls on the tracks. That's the volume. I think that's volume 1 of Blackstone. I think that first issue or first series was by Street and Smith, and this one's by Vital Publications.
Let's see here.
It's right on the cover.
Yeah, it's a Vital book, right? Yeah, Vital
The
Publications.
First series was by Street and Smith, which is harder to find. I didn't have the money, and there was someone on eBay was offering me that book you got right there for 40. I was like, man, I wish I could get a second copy.
Then what is this one? This is the volume 4, number 3 from 1945.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Now those have Red Dragon stories in them.
Yeah.
Red Dragons are really cool. Kid
Pretty nice
character.
shape too. Really surprised.
Wow, love it. Shoot lightning out of his hands.
33 power.
Ooh, it's free, man.
Let's see what other ads we got in here. I love the ads in these old books, but I think the only ads that appear in here are in the back inside.
Is there Red
cover.
Dragon? Is there a Red Dragon story in there?
Some of those had magic tricks in them also.
Yeah, there's right here. There's a Red Dragon.
Nice.
Very cool.
You have some of those, Jamie?
Yeah, I've got a couple, three.
You're a true collector, my friend.
X-Acto modeling knife.
Oh, nice. Everything's free back then. What the heck? Let's go
Yeah.
back in time. We don't even need money.
Yeah, it was a little bit different then, wasn't it?
You ever read that story in DC? I think it's in the 80s in the horror title where the devil gives him all these wishes and he asks for all the comic books in the world. And he keeps, and so he keeps just dumping them on the kid at the end till the kid suffocates. You know, it's basically be careful what you wish for.
Where was that from?
It's like a DC horror book from the 80s. I can't, Unexpected or something like that. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
it was the last. It was the last story.
There's
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
What does it reprint? Do you know?
The Buccaneer by Quality did that first, right?
Quality. Yeah, I think I got the original. So I got a whole box full of upstairs full of the pirate comic books, and I think the original one is in there. But I couldn't pass this up when I went to the pulp and the Pulp Fest over here. I picked up a bunch of pulp magazines. They had this over there too, and I think, what did I pay for this? I bought this from Larry actually, and I think he let me have it for $5.
What about his brother?
Larry's brother?
Daryl?
No, he doesn't have a brother. I'm talking about Larry Sherritt.
I'm just messing with you.
Crazy fucker. You're always doing that to me.
Was watching his other brother Daryl. Remember, here's my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Saul Brasky did the cover here. He was the production manager over at Atlas for a while.
I wonder if it reprints Buccaneers itself.
This?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Well, you never know. It's with those super comics.
It's a top quality. It's a top quality comic.
Those are the best kind, man.
Captain Daring. It's got a Captain Daring adventure.
Uh-oh.
So anyway, that's probably what here. There's something else.
I was hoping he was going to come and bring his comic that had Roy Rogers with the split right across his mouth and get Gratu to do the voice.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Some more Barbie?
Buy your comics.
No, this ain't Barbie. This is My Love #2. It's also Johnny Romita cover.
Yeah, I have that one. I love it.
I
do my own thing.
I do my own thing, baby. Now don't do it at home.
Boy, that skirt don't seem to be covering too much there. Just enough, huh?
Just enough. You can see right through it a little bit. You can see a little black patch right there, but I don't want to do that on Graphic Man.
Yeah,
that's about all
that'd be too graphic, right?
Right. We must think of the children.
Well, I tried to make that alarm go off, but I couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it.
Okay. Let's see. Jambo. It's getting a little late for him, so.
Yeah. I'm about ready to tap out. I got a Breen Meyer there.
Oh, yeah. I got to get that.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
I think Gratu has all of them. I don't know. Was there 2 or 3 of them, Gratu?
Maybe it might be 5 or 6. I can't remember. I think I got them all. I'm not sure.
I just had these close to me.
I'll bet you did.
Yes, we're worried, Bub. Very worried.
That model in the last one was supposed to play Vampirella in the movie that never was made.
And Bub, I'm not even sure this is
what was her
really
name?
Jambo.
I'd be able to think of it any other time, but right now,
Barbara
Lay, yeah.
Yeah, Lay.
And Bub, I'm not sure this is really Jambo because he's changed his hat.
The books are text. They're novels.
And last one, guys.
Blobs.
Early
Blobs
day
and
tomorrow.
behemoths.
So I'm probably going to take off.
All right, sir.
But thank you guys.
Thank you for hanging out with us this long. We're probably going to run to.
Take care, brother.
Meyer, do you want to do another round?
Jamie, take care.
See you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Grout
Take
2.
care.
Got anything else for us, Grout 2?
I don't have anything.
Maybe I could show a few.
All right.
Probably everything I've already shown before, but
Grout 2.
We all got short memories, like whoever said that.
Anton Brook is the name of the photographer.
I like this cover with the monkeys.
You hear me?
I don't know what.
Marvel
The photographer from World War II.
Anton.
I thought you meant the photographer of Barbara Lay on that Vampirella cover.
No.
Right?
But Anton Brook, B-R-U-K.
Okay. All right.
Back. Tell me what you find. Yeah,
I strategically cover up price tags in case my wife's watching.
That is cool. Very cool cover.
3 for a nickel.
Those were the days.
Nice.
No, you're showing some golden age, brother. I love you. Come on.
Tom Mix.
Yeah, you don't understand how little there is.
There's Captain Marvel Jr. there, and you see Tom Mix.
Let's see.
Yep.
No, those westerns are cool.
This is one that Kevin is looking for at Gotham City Comics for his personal collection. So if you have a copy of this, he'd be very interested.
Oh, excellent book.
Great.
Yes.
What is that, like 52 or something?
Yeah, September 50. What does it say? 53.
53.
Yeah.
That's cool. What is that, a promo? What is that?
I could have sworn that this is like a Catholic comic or something.
Okay.
I think it might be like a comic you'd read in Sunday school.
There's another one that has a double. I've seen it once. It's the one everybody wants. Catholic Comics, I think it is.
Yeah, maybe. I think I showed this like 3 weeks ago, but
oh, nice.
Yeah, that's great.
It's real hard to.
Those are expensive
to get the lighting.
So, do you have a good amount of Golden Age in your collection?
No, like I said, it's all very little. My collection is nothing compared to.
But it's a lot of great stuff. I mean,
I know. I have never seen.
Well, it's just a matter of
Planet Comics.
just
Are very
over the
difficult
years,
to buy.
Not buying a lot of 90s stuff and stuff from today, and I was always looking and going in comic stores, but just not. Just being selective, I guess, because I was buying a lot of different things, and I.
Very cool. I've always wanted to read that series. Nice green dress, blonde hair.
Is that a Joe Manili cover?
Later, Steve.
I think when I showed this 3 weeks ago, someone asked the same question.
You did,
Eric.
I think it was a Klaus Schwab cover.
Oh.
Klaus Schwab's
wow, dude!
Yeah. Where he formed the World Economic Forum. He briefly was a comic artist. This is
LB.
I know. I was going to say it's. I was going to say it's. I can't think of her name. The vice president. I was going to say it was her replacement.
But
I think the plan, from what I understand, is they're going to remove her and put in Newsom, and then they're going to say, well, Biden's just too old and too corrupt. And then all of a sudden we've got a president, no one elected. I don't know. Watch and see if it happens. I would not be surprised. This is one that that Jimbo just got from the Horde. This is most of those comics that just came in from that buy at Gotham City Comics are comics selected by a girl, but then there's a few comics that look like this mixed in. So I don't know if there was an older brother or she's just an interesting lady, man. I just the one that gathered that collection. It's really a horde. I mean, a giant mass of comics. She must have had parents that were wealthy. Every time I see this, I see teeth.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
didn't until now.
do you remember in 1989, the big billboards for the new Batman movie with Michael Keaton were everywhere, and we all saw the Batman symbol, but normal people saw teeth.
Yes.
It's like, well, why do they have teeth? What, you don't see the bat?
What are you?
That's the Batman symbol. Oh, I see teeth. Okay, anyway, that's all I got.
I remember that well. Yeah, 1989 or something like that.
Those teeth remind me of the Wonder Woman cover in the 70s where she's in the dinosaur's mouth and holding.
Oh
it up.
yeah. That's a good.
Yeah, I got those up here. I showed those before too.
All right, Night Tiger, you got something else?
I do.
All right.
Well, let's see. Charlton showed some Freedom Fighters, so I'll show first appearance of the Freedom Fighters.
That's the first appearance?
It is. 107. Flea Market Pickup. Salute to America. Uncle Sam. We have some Medi Marvel.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 36, May 1945. And it spells out Shazam there with all the girls. This is the first appearance of this kind of whatever it is, like some kind of club or something.
The Amazons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed them where they're all female characters instead of
right,
just a couple of female.
And then it has the superhero lineup over there along the bottom.
Yeah.
And then we have now this one, according to the Gerber guide, is the most scarce of the WoW issues. So this is a 7. This is number 21, January 1944. I love the Gerber guide, and I actually think it's pretty accurate.
The Gerber guide.
The Gerber. Ernie Gerber. 1979, Overstreet was the first ad for a comic book Mylar that he did.
Yeah.
You have another issue for favorites. You got the Nazi sub going down. You got the hot Nazi chick right there, or the rescue, or whatever she is. The sidekick, superhero coming in, Tony Stark with a cape, some boots. And then
nice.
You have Nokia going over the falls. Yikes.
Noyoka.
Somebody save her. That's number 4, fall 1946.
That's a nice bondage cover.
And then we have number 5, March 47. Whoa, we have 2 number 5s.
Noyoka.
She's tied to a tree. We got to save her, peeps. That's by Fawcett. She was actually in the movies at the time. They were, was it Serials? I think it was Serials, yeah. And then she got her own comic book. Number 1 is called Jungle Girl. Man, I've been trying to get a nice one of that for a long time. Jungle Girl, and then it changed to Naoki. You know, I don't know how do you say it? Naka?
Nayoka,
yeah.
I say Nokia. I say Nokia like the phone.
2 is better than 1.
They're in 3D. We got some of those. We have Super Comics 62.
There you go. I got to get some pants like that.
I could not name one of those characters.
Was it?
What
Isn't
year
that
is
Mud
this?
of Mutt and Joe? I mean,
July. I don't know. Maybe July
I can't
43.
tell.
Oh, like Moon Mullins or something?
Moon Mullins. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you, Michael Taylor. Thanks, Steve. Jackson Roy. What's up? Oh, Victory Garden, baby. This is actually my lower grade copy. Where's the other one at? I don't know.
Der Liebchen.
Buy your war bonds. Buy your war stamps. Today. And then you have a True Comics. Here at Night Tiger Comics, we salute America.
Absolutely.
Oh, now you're cooking.
Is that right up your alley right there?
Oh, yes.
And he chopped down a cherry tree. I like that.
I have one carrot to give for my country.
Yes. Man.
You got the GIs right there. You got the All-Star. The Justice. What is it? No, it ain't the Justice League. It's the Guardian. And what is it? The boy. Is that the Boy Command? That's not the Boy Commandos. The Guardian. The Newsboy Legion. There you go. Night Tiger remembers. Ooh, that's not good.
No, that was kind of scary.
Reenact that. No.
She does it twice.
We're just boys in comics in this room. Oh, nice. I love this one.
Those are all great. All great. Golden Age stuff is also great.
I'm gonna finish because you're probably not gonna go to me real quick. So we got some Scarlett O'Neal.
I have that issue.
I bought this from my comic shop. They said it was a 3.0 or something. Check this book out. Unbelievable. Black cover.
It's missing the centerfold.
Nope. For a 3.0, wouldn't be a center.
Did you check it? Because I almost bought that, and I talked with them on the phone, and they said, "Well, they're missing a centerfold."
Couldn't be this one because this is from like several years ago.
I met one of the graders in a comic shop. He told me he had just quit working at Lone Star, and he's barely, in his early 20s. They train these real young kids to grade these books.
Micah.
Yeah. There you go.
Their grading is really good.
I need that.
Conservative. They grade very
I
conservative.
found this for $20 on eBay. How much did I pay for this? $40 with shipping.
Yeah.
This one is missing the centerfold.
Oh.
But I don't care.
Yeah, that won't affect the Donald story.
I just bought another high grade Disney. I think it's a winter cover, but it's not going to get here until after I'm gone in Dominican Republic. Train cover.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I got this book free off eBay. Yes, I said free. Actually, I was in Dominican Republic when I bought it, and I got home. She said, "Oh, I sent it to the wrong address." She goes, I'll return your money, and if it comes back, I'll send you the book. And 2 weeks later, I text her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got it. I'm sending it your way." And I'm like, "Score for the Night Tiger." Micah, the next book is for you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm waiting with bated breath.
This is what is this? Lev Gleason, I think. Yeah. Story by Lev Gleason right there. And then Rico on the art. Okay, here you go, Micah, for you.
Yeah, it's nice. Wonderful.
Really the most undynamic cover, but still cool.
Yeah, but it's still,
Yeah, but it's
This is
The
number
old Dell.
84, 4-color.
Yes.
It's an golden age.
Yeah.
And then we'll end this with some Marvel keys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you want to call that. First black suit, first not black suit.
That one looks like it's a little faded on the cover. The color.
Of this?
Yeah.
I think it's like that. That's how the orange presents towards the center of the thing. It lightens.
Mine are the ones I got are pretty strong orange color on it.
I think I got it. I think I got it free. So.
Well, that's even better, man. That's a great cover right there. I mean, I love that.
I was trying to get this, and you know what that market was going. This book was going up, and it was like I don't even want to pay $50 for it.
I was homesick from school, and my mom bought that comic for me and brought it home, and so I got it free. All I had to have was a fever.
I remember this book. Wow.
Yeah, this is a classic right here. I don't know. Is that one pretty easy to still get? I don't know. One of my favorite books right here.
Yeah.
Just the classics, Bronze Age Marvel Key. You'll appreciate this.
Yep.
Electro. The original costume.
I love these button-up boots, man. Them battle boots, battling Murdoch with his wrestling boots.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day with the Crusher and all them guys?
Yeah, Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher.
And then we got some Dicko. This is a British, UK copy.
Iconic cover. I gotta posted a copy of that on Instagram. It's animated.
I'll go check it out.
Yes, I've seen something similar to that. Yep, number 7.
First red costume. And then we have, what is this? First solo Morbius. Is that Gil Kane cover? Yes, it is. Gil Kane, classic Gil Kane right there. Okay. And 2 more. 1 more. Oh, I got a DC. We'll end it with a DC. I just love this. Another Gil Kane.
Yep. I ain't going to go off.
I love it.
It's too late.
Don't try it now.
Yeah.
I just love wanted poster covers.
Especially on a reprint. Come on.
All right. Last. I think this is a Joe Kuber cover. What's her name? Mademoiselle Marie. First appearance, I believe. I'm not sure.
Could be.
This was a trade with my good friend Joe, Tennessee Joe. Black, silver, and bronze. More Gil Kane. I'm out of Gil Kane. I'm all caned out.
All right.
That's it.
Well, thank you, Night Tiger. That was great. We're down to 4 because it's running late, folks.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody in the chat. A special reminder. We won't have a live broadcast. I will put a Wednesday night broadcast out there. I'm going to do a rerun of the time when we showed Dinosaurs and Dragons. Some of you might remember that about 1.5 years ago. It's a great little episode. Some people missed it because it was one of our earlier attempts. So we'll be back next July 12th for a live episode. Make sure you tune in to see Howler Mouse in all his glory. So on behalf of everybody here and everybody in the chat, we salute you. Have a great 4th of July. And Kane, he saw, he conquered. And
thanks for tuning in, and happy birthday, America.
We'll see you.